Hey, this is Neil's Han Dynasty, and this is Platina, and this is Neil of Neil's Han Dynasty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Buy some silver, some platinum, and some crystallized osmium. And be kind, helpful, and grateful, because it's better than being a jerk. But that's not what this is about. I was on Arcadia Economics, and they were talking, West Africa, blah, 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 blah. I believe it was Fortuna. Said they had new mines or something. They were dealing in Sinigal. I had made the suggestion in chat that they watch out for the new Senegalese newly elected president. And then it's been about an hour, and I come here to, giving these guys full credit, I don't plagiarize. 2 hours ago, Africa's powerful. Angry Senegal's president Diomaye Faye dissolves opposition parliament and schedules elections. Interesting. I didn't see this report before. Of course, I can't prove that. But I told them to watch out. I told them to watch out for Senegal.
Anticipated move. Senegal's newly elected president, Diomaye Faye, has taken the bold step of dissolving the National Assembly. This announcement came during a televised speech where Faye, with a tone of determination, stated, "I am dissolving the National Assembly to ask the sovereign people for the institutional means that will allow me to give substance to the systemic transformation that I promised them. Today, more than ever, it is time to open a new time frame for our 5-year term." This declaration comes as no surprise to those who have followed Faye's political journey closely. His decision echoes that of his mentor, French President Emmanuel Macron, who, in the face of a fragmented parliament, similarly dissolved the National Assembly to seek greater control and political flexibility. Before we delve into the deeper motivations behind this dramatic decision, I'd like to share a video of President Faye's speech, which will provide additional context for what we're about to explore. This footage will allow you to hear directly from the president himself and better understand the urgency and resolve in his voice as he outlines the rationale behind this dissolution.
My dear compatriots, on March 24, 2024, the Senegalese people made the choice between a break and systemic transformation by meddling in the first round of the presidential election. This historic scrutiny, held in a context of the decline of our most basic fundamental rights, was imposed by a standing people.
When it comes to adding to your
Preferred courage to resignation. This popular confidence inspires me in the determination of the policy of the nation that the Constitution gives me. It inspires me in the mission that I accomplish to think about our common future and to break with the methods of anachronistic governance in view of the renewed demands of our political society. From my installation, I undertook to make the inventory, as required by Article 1.7 of the law, which carries a code of transparency in the management of public finances. The results of the audit submitted to the Court of Audit for validation bring out a public management of lightness, which has led to deliberately hidden skirmishes in the management of public finances, with an uncontrolled evolution of the wage mass, debt and interest rates, a mismanagement of subsidies, and a skirmish in the withdrawal of foreign resources. The noted shortcomings have led to a serious deterioration of the public finances of our country. The government, after exchanges with technical and financial partners and other partners, will come back to this subject, and the report approved by the Court of Audit will be the subject of a publication. Therefore, I want to ensure that their responsibilities will be at all levels of the administrative and political chain. My dear compatriots, my oath before God and the nation is to honor our institutions and to soak the blood of the Senegalese who fell, the national ideal in bandoliers. During the many struggles for our democracy, unfortunately, the parliamentary majority has decided to go against the will of the Senegalese people, which was clearly expressed on the evening of March 24, 2024. First, by refusing, on June 29, 2024, to hold the budgetary orientation debate, which was still mandatory for the simplistic reason of a supposed attack on political ground. This violation of a legal obligation provided by Article 56 of the Organic Law relating to the law of finance will have seriously contributed to tarnishing the image of Senegal in the eyes of international institutions. Then, by rejecting, on August 29, 2024, the constitutional bill aimed at fulfilling the promise I made to the people to remove the High Council for Territorial Collectivity and the Economic, Social and Environmental Council, when the situation of public finances urgently imposes to rationalize public spending. Finally, by going so far as to usurp the constitutional prerogatives of the President of the Republic to set a date for the declaration of general policy in flagrant violation of Article 84 of the Constitution and Article 97 of the Organic Law pertaining to the internal regulations of the National Assembly, not to mention the threat of a motion of censure that this majority plans on the government. My dear compatriots, by imposing by the force of law the date of September 13, 2024, for the declaration of general policy, it is not to act to deceive the Senegalese people, but simply to firmly establish the authority of the law and to recall by the acts that the political order under my magistrate will never supplant the legal order. It is therefore my legal, ethical, and moral duty to not give up the slightest portion of tolerance.
All right. This vaguely sounds like something that might be happening here in this country. I'm getting visions of a possible hopeful future where we might have an administration that says, hey, all you guys have violated our Constitution and you're gone. That's what my hope is anyhow. But this is a pathway to that hope playing out today. He said September 13th. That's today.
To the contemptors of the law. I have therefore concluded that the gauge of a frank collaboration with the parliamentary majority in the sole interest of the Senegalese people was an illusion, having decided to turn away from the people in order to promote the cult of blockade.
I want to give you this,
and thus hamper the implementation of the project on the basis of which I was elected. This is why, by virtue of the powers conferred to me by Article 87 of the Constitution, and after having consulted the Constitutional Council on the right date, the Prime Minister and the President of the National Assembly, on the opportunity, I dissolved the National Assembly. The date of the legislative elections is thus fixed on Sunday, November 17, 2024. I dissolve the National Assembly in order to ask the sovereign people the institutional means that will allow me to give rise to the systemic transformation that I have promised them. Today, more than ever, the time has come to open a new temporality to our quinquennat. Article 3 of our Constitution recalls that national sovereignty belongs to the people.
Sounds like our Constitution. Sounds like the same problems we're having. Could this be a precursor?
In doing so, the people are invited to resume their titles of authority and to decide sovereignly whether the National Assembly must reflect the profound aspirations of change that were expressed on the evening of March 24, 2024, or
Huh. Man, I hope this is coming to America. We have so many corrupt individuals. Basically, from what I gathered from what this dude has said, is everything's corrupt. The politicians are working for themselves and only for themselves and not the people. So I am dissolving all of their positions. He didn't say if they're throwing them in jail or not. I'm sure they probably will be, but that's not going to be told in a national referendum that he's making here. But what he's basically said is, hey, today they're all gone. They're fired. And in 4 days, we're going to have an election. You people take control of the sovereignty of your nation. Take control of the nation. I'm doing what I was elected to do. You people step up and do what you elected me to do. And that's do your part and come out and vote and get your people voted in that you want voted in. I hope like heck that comes to America. Anyhow, that's the end of this stream or show or report. You guys have a nice day, and keep an eye on Sinigal for financial instability, because typically this type of activity doesn't go without waves. Anyhow, have a nice day. Enjoy your weekend.